Good morning. Welcome to A View from the Top, brought to you by the Rush Sports Medicine Team. I'm your host, Christopher Haralson. Every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. here on Super Talk Meridian 103.3 FM, we take a look around the world of athletics at Meridian Community College. Later on in the show, I'll be joined by my guest, head women's basketball coach, Jocelyn McGilberry. Coach McGilberry's Eagles improved to 1-1 in conference play Monday night with a 60-55 win over Mississippi Delta. The ladies were led by sophomore guard Callie Cohen, who had 19 points. Freshmen Alyssa Murray and Sarah Williams also had 12 points in the victory. The Lady Eagles finished the fall semester with an overall record of 4-5, 1-1 in MAC play. They'll take the holiday break off, and they'll return back to conference play Thursday, January 6th in Boonville, Mississippi, as they take on the Lady Tigers at Northeast Mississippi Community College. The men also improved to 1-1 in MAC play Monday night as they traveled to Morehead, Mississippi to face the Trojans of Mississippi Delta. They defeated the Trojans 65-55. The Eagles are now 8-1 on the season after picking up their first loss last Thursday night in the Graham Gymnasium to Jones College. The Eagles had a couple key players out with flu-like symptoms, and therefore they didn't get to make the trip Monday night. Sophomore transfer Makeem Roberts stepped in, picked up the slack, scored a career-high 20 points to lead the Eagles to that 10-point win. The men will play two more conference games before heading home for the holidays. Tomorrow night, Thursday, they'll travel to Scuba to take on the East Mississippi Lions at 6 o'clock. And then finally, they'll head up to Clarksdale, Mississippi, Saturday for a 4 o'clock tip with the Coahoma Tigers. After the holiday break, the Eagles return home, open up in the Graham Gymnasium Thursday, January 6th against Northeast Mississippi Community College. You'll be able to watch that game, like all home games, mcceagles.live. We just got a few days left before MCC Tennis's first ever pickleball tournament. Saturday, December 11th at 9 a.m. on campus at Meridian Community College at the Wanda McPhail Tennis Center. You got just a few more days to pre-register. You can go online, mcceagles.com/camps. Go ahead and pre-register. Come out the day of and pay, or you can show up the day of and register. I think we've still got spots available, men's and women's, open and beginner division. So there's a spot for anybody who's ever played pickleball to come out and play. The men's soccer team's hosting an open tryout December 28th at 1 o'clock at C.D. Smith Field. Tryouts open to any high school player looking to get identified as a younger player or a senior trying to make the squad for next year, and also any college players who got a year of eligibility left or looking to transfer or play. They're welcome to come out and try out. Again, 1 o'clock, Tuesday, December 28th at C.D. Smith Field. We'll take a short break. When we come back, I'll be joined by MCC women's basketball coach Jocelyn McGilberry. You're listening to Super Talk Meridian 103.3 FM. Welcome back to A View from the Top, brought to you by the Rush Sports Medicine Team. I'm your host, Christopher Haralson. Today I'm joined by head women's coach, Jocelyn McGilberry. Coach, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thanks to one of our sponsors, The Next Level Nutrition, I was able to go out and get you some hippie juice. It's a loaded tea.
It's good. It's good.
If while you're out doing your Christmas shopping, I encourage you to go down to 2320 Highway 19 North, visit Courtney and the girls, and pick up a loaded tea. It'll give you a little boost to get through the holiday crowds and do your shopping. Or if you're looking for a meal, they've got meal replacement shakes, protein shakes, anything you want down at Next Level Nutrition. And on MCC game days, which we've only got 2 more this semester, get on down there with your MCC ID, get 10% off your purchase. Coach, we got back in the Graham Gymnasium after we started conference play, and was able to get back on the winning side and go to 1-1 in conference after going down to Ellisville last week and falling to number 3 in the country, Jones College. Played a good Mississippi Delta team Monday night. Tell me a little bit about how the game went.
Mississippi Delta has a great team. They hustle from the beginning to the end. And I think we could have played better. I know we could have played better. But when you're playing a team and underestimating a team, then your team falls short and trying to play to that level. But they learned a lesson.
Right.
Mississippi Delta was a team that was hard to beat. We could not jump out on them and get a lead for nothing. It seemed like nothing fell for us. I changed up all types of chemistry, mixed it up, my defense, offense, and they was a tough team to play.
They were. We would. I was watching, and I would see us. We'd get a couple fast breaks and some layups, and I was like, all right, we've got this game going. And then I'll look up, and we're tied. And I'm like,
yes.
I never felt like Mississippi Delta did anything spectacular. But every time I looked up, we were tied, or it was a 2-point game all the way down into the final 2 minutes of the game. So they certainly battled. That number 22, she hit some big threes down the stretch.
She hurt us down the stretch. We even pointed her out. I kept telling Coach, I think we might need to go on a box of one, shut her down, and let the other teams play against each other. I said, but she was scoring big. We just couldn't stop her.
Yeah.
Once she get hot, it's hard to stop a person once they get hot.
That's right. You talk about underestimating the team. I think it's easy, even in the early part of the season, you look down the record and you think, well, we're 0-1, but we lost at Jones to the number 3 team in the country, so that's why we're 0-1.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi Delta lost, and I'm not even sure who they lost to start conference play, but I think you get in your mind, or maybe the kids get in their mind,
absolutely,
that they're 0-1, they'll be easy to beat
absolutely.
Here, and like you say, kind of underestimate them. We pushed it out to, I think, our biggest lead of the game with about 2:15 to go. We got up 10 or 12, I can't remember. And I kind of took a deep breath, and I was like, okay, maybe we got this. And then in the blink of an eye, it was a 5-point game with a minute to go. And I thought, we're going to fight to the very end.
Oh, my gosh. That was the toughest. I even sat down, thought we was okay.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I was back up. But, again, not seeking out the shooter.
Right.
Making dumb mistakes, not smart. I mean, you fouling a 3-point shooter, and she goes to the free throw line and shoot 3-pointers,
right.
3 free throws. Same thing happened in the first half, and we told her, do not try to block a shot, just contest and box her out. But you go out and try to block a shot. And that's something that we're learning.
Right.
We're still growing. This is the early part of the season. We're still trying to iron out some of the wrinkles and get everybody on the same page. So.
Right. And I noticed, too, one of the things I felt like kind of kept us from pulling away, we got a lot of fast break opportunities. Callie Cohen, like I said, she led us last night or Monday night in points. She got a lot of fast break opportunities.
Yeah.
She missed a lot of fast break opportunities.
She missed a lot.
She probably helped our rebound stats because she'd get an easy layup and miss it, and then we'd get it back. And sometimes we'd get it in, and sometimes we wouldn't. I think, little things like that will help us once we get to where we can get those fast breaks. We're doing a good job on defense of getting the ball and picking up the steal, but we got to be able to convert those layups.
And one of the we put up on the board everything we need to do defensively, everything we need to do offensively, and then I have a side that has keys to victory.
Right.
Our keys to victory was free throws, layups, and how many layups we missed?
Man.
A lot.
I thought we did a good job on free throws.
Yeah, but the defense communicating, they were still getting shots off,
right.
and people wasn't getting what they supposed to be. But our keys could have made them lose that game, but they realized now, okay, those was the keys. Like halftime, I asked them, I said, what is the keys to victory?
Right.
They're up on the board, look at it.
Yeah.
So they read them all off. I said, have we executed any of those? And it was like, no, ma'am. I said, okay.
Well, that was good. We took a 1-point lead into halftime and was able, like I said, push it out and get the 5-point win, which was a hard-earned win, but it's a good win. It's good to be able to go into the holiday break knowing, hey, we won our last game. You always want to win your last game.
Absolutely.
And so we're right there. I mean, obviously, nobody's played more than 2 games in conference. We're 1 game back, so we're still sitting in a good spot. Come out of the break, we'll head up to Northeast Mississippi, play a good Northeast team. They're always good.
Right.
And so it'll be a good test,
but
it'll be a good chance for us to get fresh, heal some bumps and bruises, and everybody come back in and ready to go in the new year.
Absolutely.
So this year, last year we had a great team, probably the best team regular season wise maybe since you've been here. But because of that, we had 9 sophomores.
Yes.
We lost 9 sophomores,
yes.
Graduated 9 sophomores. 7 of those girls, I think, went on to play at the next level. So tell me a little bit about those girls we lost and then what we had to do to kind of replenish our roster.
Well, to be honest with you, we lost our whole team. And they did have opportunity to play at the next level, 7 out of the 9 kids. We had 1 returner to come back, which is Callie Carwin, and hoping she could have brought the leadership, to the young ones I got in. and to replenish and replace those that were lost was kind of hard.
Right.
And at a junior college, you only have kids 2 years.
Right.
And once you get them where you want them, you send them out to the next level. So it's like you're starting all over again every year. And this year, bringing in all new faces, it was kind of tough to learn my system, my strategies, and the things that I implemented to practice that to prepare them for the next level.
Right.
Was kind of tough for a lot of them because they never experienced it before. I coached at the Division I for 20 plus years, and that's how I coach here.
Right.
And a lot of the players thinking I'm crazy, but it is actually preparing you for the next level.
Sure.
And we got good kids in. It's still the fact trying to find the chemistry,
Right.
trying to find who plays well with who. As you can see, I've had starter lineups different these past 3-4 games,
Right.
and just trying to see who fits and who meshed better.
Right.
And I thought I had it last night, but I'm still seeing something a little different that I
Right.
got to change. And it's not to hurt the kids, but I'm trying to build a better program.
Right.
Everybody's going to play, but I got to get that mesh of my
Sure.
top 5.
You talk about, replenishing, and we were lucky enough. We picked up, a couple of sophomore transfers, Nyla Ballard from Rome, Georgia, or from Birmingham, Alabama, and then Ebony Fulford from Ellisville, Mississippi. They've been good pickups. Nyla's she's been good on the block. She didn't score quite as well. I thought she did a better job Monday night scoring than she has earlier in the season. She loves to block the shot.
Yes.
I feel like she's going to hurt somebody every time she hits the
Yes,
ball, and she does a good job. Obviously, you're going to pick up some fouls when you're blocking shots, but she doesn't pick up as many as you would think as hard as she blocks those shots.
Exactly. Nyla's the type of kid that she just started playing basketball her 8th grade year,
Right.
going into her 9th grade year. So she really only experienced basketball for those 3 years of high school, in which she missed out on all the basic
Right.
fundamentals of the game. And we rolled with her. I liked her body. She has a beautiful form shot. She blocks shots, but still trying to teach her the game
Right.
itself.
She can kind of get lost in space
Yeah,
there.
she get lost, and it's just because of her late training.
Right.
So,
And I think Ebony's done a good job, at that point guard position, coming in as a transfer, and she's got a great attitude. I've never heard her complain, never heard her say, a detrimental word or a bad word, and she does a good job. She's not the greatest scorer. She's not great, I guess, at any one thing, but she's good at everything. She does a good job, getting the ball up for us and kind of getting us into our offense. And so she's been a good plus to come in and fill that point guard role.
yes, Ebony, like you said, she is a wonderful kid. Like you said, she doesn't complain about anything. If anything, she asks them what I need to do to
Right.
get better. But we don't have a true point guard in that starting position. My points that you see up there are really 2 guards.
Right.
So we have to use what we have in those positions to get what we need to get. But Ebony is the type of kid that'll come out and she'll go through a wall for you.
Mm-hmm.
She's not the most talented person, but she
Right.
gives you what she have, and that's what I appreciate from
Well,
her.
and you got to have those players, at the junior college level, especially with our recruiting restrictions. It's rare that you're going to have a team full of just all offensive superstars.
Absolutely.
And more often than not, the key to success, like you were saying, the key to success is often those role players who may not do everything great, but they know their role and they do a good job at that, and they help the team win because they've got a good attitude and a good personality, and they're picking their teammates up. And I think I've seen Ebony do that, on the court, all year. She's done
And
a
like
good
I
job.
tell them, I said, I tell the whole team, pick out 1 or 2 things that you are great at
Right.
and master it.
Right.
Don't be a jack of all trades. Pick out 2 things and master it. And I think that's the type of team that I have.
Sure.
And
sure.
and when you have that type of team, you're trying to fit them all in to make that one whole team that you need. Get a little
Right.
here, a little there, put them together, you got a team. But that's what we're working with. Still working.
You talk about, it's a good transition there. You talk about pick 1 or 2 things and be great at them. Freshman, Choctaw Central, Sarah Williams. She's in my office a lot, so I know her well, and I pick on her a lot because she doesn't like to jump.
That's right.
But the 2 things she does well is she rebounds the basketball and she plays good defense.
Absolutely.
She scares me when she touches it on the offensive end because I'm not sure she knows where it goes, but she gets rid of it and she gets down there. She plays good defense. She doesn't foul out of games, which means if you can play in the low post and play as many minutes as she's playing, and pick up the rebound she's getting and not get in foul trouble. I don't know that she's been in foul trouble all season.
No, she has not.
Then that shows that she's doing a good job. She's getting in the right position, and she's playing good defense. I think she's been key for us down there.
Sarah's very disciplined, and coming from a program like Choctaw Central, they teach even before they even get to the high schools. They teach their players fundamentals at little bitty things.
Right.
And Sarah has picked up and the little things. She knows the game. She is a smart basketball player, even though she's not as talented. But her smartness take her a long way because she knows where to be. She knows what she needs to do. Not always, if she can do it or not, but she knows what she needs to do. And she don't have no problem telling everybody else where you should be.
Well, and I think she does a good job of knowing her own limitations.
Yeah, she does.
Like, she knows she's not a jump shooter.
She knows it.
And she's going to get the rebound, and she's going to put it back, and that's where she's going to score. Some kids think, oh, well, I'm open at 14 feet. I'll shoot it. Well, there's usually a reason you're open.
Absolutely.
And she understands that that's not, her game, that she needs to be right under the basket. And she does a good job when she is open like that, getting the ball to the right player and getting us in a better position for a higher percentage shot.
Yes.
Another freshman, Rome, Georgia, Amberly Brown. She has, the first game we opened up with Bishop State, and I remember watching her thinking, we got a player on our hands, and I think we will have. I think she's young, and she's early this season, kind of been up and down. She's second in team on points, first in rebounds, and so she's doing a really good job for us. But she's probably got the talent that Sarah doesn't have, but I don't know that she knows the game as well as Sarah does.
Absolutely, you got it right. I need Sarah's mind in her head. I need her talent in Sarah's body.
Right.
I have two great players, but Amberly, she brings a lot. She's still learning.
Sure.
She's still learning, and she get lost a lot of the times, and that's why you see her. And I tell them all the time, we're out on this court to score.
Right.
Don't sit there. If Ebony or Callie calls a play, you don't have to run that play if that paint is wide open.
Right.
So flash to the paint and get a score. And her mind is like, okay, she called Bama, or she called, I need to go here, I need to do this, and I do that. No.
Right.
If you're open, post up and score. So that's the struggle that I'm having with Amberly right now is getting that concept in her mind that we're on this court to play the game to win.
Right.
We want points.
That's right.
We ain't worried about no plays.
That's right. It's gotta have a little bit of backyard basketball in your mind while you're running through the organized, so that you can get the best of both of those.
Yes.
There's times when obviously we got to set up and we've got to run a play because the way they're defending us. But you got to be able to ad lib and get those points when you need them. And the last freshman I want to talk about from Theodore, Alabama, Alyssa Murray. She's been big for the Eagles, 9 points, 4 rebounds a game. She's got the long red hair, but she plays hard, and she's done a lot of good things for us this year.
Yeah, she's one of the toughest players that I have on the team right now. Hard work is nothing for her.
Right.
She loves the game. Again, every day at practice, nobody wants to guard a defender because she's going to take you to the rack.
Right.
And if she has to defend you, you're not getting to the rack.
Right.
And so I like the attitude about her in that situation. But the last 3 games, she got in foul trouble early on and had to sit.
Right.
And so we've talked about it, but when she come back, the second half is just like a whole different person, and she works hard. And I think she sits on that bench and see everybody else playing. Now I'm thinking I got to go out and correct that when I get back on the floor. And that's what I like about her. She's a hard worker, and a good leader.
Sure.
A good leader.
Sure. And so all those, we got those couple of sophomore transfers, the freshmen we brought in, and they're all, like you said, playing with the only returner from last year, Callie Cohen, sophomore from down on the coast, leading the team in points. She gets a lot of those points because she does hustle out there on the perimeter, and she probably, I didn't check, I'm sure she's leading the team in steals.
She is, yeah.
And gets those points. And she's also probably our best when we get down in the half court set and the shot clock's running down. She's the best at creating and getting her own shot.
She's the go-to person.
Right.
She's the go-to person. Callie playing with the team from last year has taught her a lot, and she's brought it to the team this year. Even though she make little minor mistakes, that's Callie. That's the type of person she is. But like you said, when the clock is ticking and we got 3-4 seconds left on the clock, she's getting to the rim.
That's right. That's right.
And if she doesn't score, she's going to be at the free throw line. So that's what I like about Callie.
And she does a really good job. She's got a great personality. She's
Yes.
always upbeat.
Bubbly. Sometimes her bubbliness get her in trouble a lot.
She and I tell you what she does is when things go bad or things don't go her way, I wouldn't say go bad, she doesn't get down on herself.
No, she don't.
Doesn't pout, and I think that's great for her because she's always, upbeat and going and keeping us going in the right direction.
Yes.
So a lot of times, and that's the sophomore leadership you want.
Yes.
I think it's good that she's able to keep us engaged and keep us going. So I credit Callie for doing that.
And I like that too because last year Callie was the only freshman last year.
Right.
So she didn't have nobody to get chewed out with because her teammates chewed out. They made her a player last year.
Right.
And she had nobody with her to take all that from her teammates. And I think this year, Callie started out experiencing a freshman year with people that she can say, okay, I've been there before. I know what's going on, But it was so funny, to have the leadership from the sophomores last year to mold her. And I think if it wasn't from them, she wouldn't be the Callie today.
Right. Well, Coach, so we finished up the first half of the season. Like I said, we're 4-5, 1-1 in conference play. Just getting in here to the 1st of December, getting ready, for the holiday break. Tell me a little bit about what you and Coach Pringle are doing between now and when we come back first of the year.
Well, first of all, we do a little community service before we leave.
Okay.
We'll go out and it's a company here in town that have angel trees. And so we'll go to the company and we'll help them wrap gifts and deliver them.
Okay.
And we normally would take the kids with them so that they can experience the community service part. And from that point on, it's time for us to go and take a break. And of course, Coach and I will meet before we leave.
Right. And
talk about, the next game and pray to God that the kids come back in shape.
Sure.
We talked about that last night, Monday night before we dismissed, that you got to stay in shape. Do not lose what you have over this Christmas break. I wished I could keep them all the way up to Christmas to keep them going, but I can't. And we're just hoping that they come back in shape. And we'll have a game plan for them once they come back. We'll start out 2 a day before we play our next game just to get them back in condition and shape. And then we'll go out and put in a couple of new plays. We try not to bring the old year plays into the new year.
Sure.
So we'll put new plays in and try to get them prepared for the next game.
Well, Coach, I think the community service, that's great. This is a community college, and like I said, we've got girls from Alabama, from Georgia, as well as the state of Mississippi, and it's great to bring them in to a small school like this, but still be able to go out into the community, show the community, hey, this is why we're bringing these kids in, and it's great to give back to the community that gives to us. And so, especially during this time of the year, I commend you on doing that. I know for years y'all have bought presents and you've done the angel tree, and you've always done that. It's been a priority for you, and I appreciate it. I think that's a great thing that we're doing here. I'd like to thank you for joining me.
You're
I hope
welcome.
you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday.
Thank you. Same with you as well.
That's right. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to A View from the Top, brought to you by the Rush Sports Medicine Team here on Super Talk Meridian 103.3 FM.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
Welcome back to A View from the Top, brought to you by the Rush Sports Medicine Team here on Super Talk Meridian 103.3 FM. Once again, I'd like to thank my guest, head MCC women's basketball coach Jocelyn McGilberry, for joining me. Don't forget, MCC men's soccer hosting an open tryout Tuesday, December 28th for all high school players that want to come out and get identified for the next couple of years, or any current seniors that are looking to make the squad for next year. Coach Sam Wilson is every year he's picked up some great players from tryouts like this, and so I think it'll be a good time. Again, Tuesday, December the 28th, come out and try out for the men's soccer team. Also, this Saturday, just a couple of days, December the 11th at 9 a.m., MCC Tennis is hosting their first ever pickleball tournament. We've got men's and women's open and beginner division. If you've ever played pickleball and you know how to play pickleball, this will be the tournament for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to start at 9 a.m. on the campus of Meridian Community College at the Wanda McPhail Tennis Center, and just play pickleball all day long. Come out. You don't need a partner. You can come out by yourself. Just bring your paddle and sign up, and it's $20 a person. Come out and play in this first ever pickleball tournament. I think it's going to be a huge day for Coach Carter and the tennis team. MCC Eagles, the men play at East Mississippi tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, for a non-conference matchup with the Lions. Then they'll close out the fall semester on the road to Oklahoma Saturday for a 4 o'clock tip, and then the Eagles will take the holiday break off. They'll be back in the Graham Gymnasium Thursday, January the 6th, as they host the Northeast Mississippi Community College Tigers. Once again, I'd like to thank Coach McGilberry. I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas and a safe holiday season. To keep up with all things MCC Athletics, be sure to like us on Facebook at MCC Eagles Athletics, follow us on Twitter at MCC Eagles Sports, and for every episode of A View from the Top, Eagle highlights, and much more, subscribe to us on YouTube. Just search Meridian Community College. Once again, we'd like to thank you for listening to Super Talk Meridian 103.3 FM.